Okay, this doesn't feel all too well. What the hell was I on to in animated features? I forget already. But, like, okay, I mentioned Philaday,
About those
Plague
bonus
Dogs.
features in DVDs
I
nowadays.
forgot what the hell was I gonna
the
get
ones
into?
from the 80s have almost
And,
no bonus material.
Oh,
Even if they
yeah,
do
and
use a
the
trailer,
Hayao
the
Miyazaki
visual
favorite,
quality is pretty
Grave of
bad.
the Fireflies.
Well, that visual
Again, I
quality is a good
go from
reminder of
tangent to
those days.
tangent, not knowing what
Some
the
of the
heck,
new audio and visual
stay
appliances were
on.
coming out back
But
then.
it's always something that,
Do you remember the first video
again, that's
game
how I
we
am.
bought?
I jump from
We
tangent
bought
to
it to record
tangent,
one of the
discussing
Star Wars
stuff that
movies
is
on
weird
TV.
or maybe on
I
subject.
remember when
I
that
don't know.
video store opened, we spent hours there.
But I always,
find a good movie
it's
to
always
rent.
interesting to
There
know
weren't
that,
that many to choose
you know,
from back
people back
I remember
then
renting some
had.
really bad
Oh,
ones
now I
on
remember
those
RoboCop.
back cover
RoboCop. Sorry.
taglines. Hey, remember? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, filmed in 1978. Produced, directed, written, and edited by John DeBello. It was really awful, but for some reason I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in '95. The 87-minute-long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes. But that was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never have a chance to see it.
I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together.
I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
Wow, I wasn't expecting him doing more cinema taste than I do. Yeah, I actually own a copy of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It's not that good. There's some funny moments, but I don't know how it became a cult classic. It's all right, but I can see why some of it people consider it a classic, because the type of humor was definitely ahead of its time. You know, before Police Squad, aka the Naked Gun, it did some of that weird humor where something is said and then something else completely different happens. Again, if you ever watched the Naked Gun movies or the actual show that started before it became the movies, because originally it was Files of Police Squad. It was a failed television show that kept the same humor, but then when they decided, the same creators behind it, I see a way I can probably get in there. Okay. Yeah, this drives like jank. Oh my god, the controls are weird. But I'm not changing it. I'm just playing, I'm just straining it through. But from a failed sitcom, they decided to use a more cinematic approach. That way they can probably use all their best jokes. And, it fared better. Hence why we have the Naked Gun sequels. And if you ever watched the original couple of episodes of, Files from the Police Squad, you'll see that they use a lot of the same jokes for the Naked Gun movies. And again, it was better. And, Leslie Nielsen became a household name, even though he was a prominent actor beforehand. Okay. Gee, Greenvale. Alright. Let's see. Let's start up this adventure.
Small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
Let's do this. Let's see. What the heck was I? It was only G, PG, R, and X, and of course Triple X. Again, I mentioned already, RoboCop being the original cut of RoboCop was rated X because of its obscene gore, and again, some of the violent scenes, like Murphy getting his hand shot off, him getting shot in the head, the dude in the office getting shot by Ed 209, they were extended, even more, so they were showed more gore.
Morgan. We've been expecting you.
I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's assistant.
FBI Special Agent
Okay.
Francis York Morgan. Please just call me
FBA. I'm
Whatever
part of the
everyone else calls
FBA.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, Just doing my job. I just...
Look at this
I
PlayStation
wanna
2
help do everything
janky
I
in
can
their
to help the
movement.
investigation.
But you know what? It makes sense because during the time of the PS1 and PS2, they still weren't able to get many games had to,
Did you know her well?
you know, do their dialogue with the movement on arms. You know,
No,
if
not
you ever
really.
played the first Resident Evil,
But it's
you'll
a very
see
small town.
that, you know,
I'm
the first
sorry.
3 Resident Evils,
just that
it was all like
this
a
is
lot
the
of like
first really
janky
big
movement.
case I've ever
Like
seen.
they had to peel their dialogue through
understand.
their
Just
motion of
try
the
to relax.
arms.
Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course.
They had to
The sheriff told me to
convey
let you through for the
certain
meeting.
dialogue or certain emotions through that.
I
So
lost
yeah,
the
it
key
makes
to the
sense.
cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay. Let me know when things are ready.
Okay.
Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
Okay. Alright, so let's just BS around the station and see what's up. Again, it wasn't until so that's why there were a lot of movies in the 70s and the 80s that were rated G or PG but still had cursing and boobs. Oh, to be a kid and watch some of those movies that had lots of boobage in a PG movie. Again, the actual they didn't do the PG-13 rating until Temple of Doom. Yep, everybody should know that. Everybody kind of knows that, I think. Temple of Doom. What is this? Long terrifying squirrel key. Oh yeah, there's something about keys in this thing. I know it was Temple of Doom was the movie that introduced the PG-13 rating because of the whole Kalima heart removal scene, and I think the monkey brains and the eating cobra feast scene. So that's why like a lot of movies back then, like PG, G was all kids, PG was kids and adults, and it can have boobs and it can have cursing on it until they put in the PG-13 rating. So like, and again, R was a heavy R, had everything. Lord knows rated R movies of the 80s even had some dude Schwanz just floating around. I mean, wasn't it is it the Color of Night movie where Bruce Willis shows his pecker in the pool scene? Could be. I don't know. And again, Basic Instinct, Sharon Stone wouldn't be semi-relevant or wouldn't be an actress for that one scene. You know the one.
Zach, there's a name written on this dumbbell. Arnold.
It's Arnold.
Yet. Could it be the owner of this dumbbell? What do you think, Zach?
Ico Pro. You gotta want it.
Why is everybody looking forward to next weekend? It's WrestleMania, and me, Lex Luger, premiering on WBF Body Stars.
That turkey sandwich looks weird. Okay. It's funny. Like again, based a lot of things gained. Like, what's the again, we're going back to the Secret of Nim. Like, there was a lot of like stuff like that. Where am I? Tire shop now? Okay, whatever. I don't know what the heck. Okay, so more keys that I need to get. I know this. I know about the key situation. There's multiple ones for some reason. Because one of them is the right one, while the rest are just phony keys. I just don't know one. Let's see. But, in terms of like the mature animated features like that, there's still some to this day, but some of them, fare well then than they would now. If you ever, released like a semi-R, and again, this is why a good chunk of the horror movies of the late thousands were all PG-13. Because, hey, guess what? We can bring more of an audience in if it's PG-13, because then they'll drag their kids along for some reason. Don't know why, but that's all they do. What does this do? I think the last, like, adult-oriented animated flick was Sausage Party. But that movie just overall, I haven't watched it yet. I know about the controversy of them not paying the animators that well, and I think having them, crunch, just to get the movie out in time. Again, I haven't watched it. Maybe I'll get to it one day. When I don't when I have a fix to watch Seth Rogen films. And of course you got like Big Mouth. Is it Big Mouth on Netflix? That's a R-rated, mature rated animated thing, but it's a series on Netflix where nobody, Oh, good. Let's see which key is it here. Ooh, can I follow you? Can I follow you? Can I follow? Can I follow? Do you have anything to say if I bother you? Can I? What you got? What you got? Let me, come on, Emily. Let me talk to you, girl. Let me talk to you. Okay, so nothing. Okay. Oh yeah, and you know what? It's funny that now the accessibility of this particular film is available for all, thanks to the Disney Plus thing. But if you ever want to watch something that was owned by Disney, and it's bizarre off the wall, Return to Oz. Return to Oz was one of those 80s films that has some interesting imagery. Something that, so much that, it was a rare film to find. Like, you couldn't find that film. If you were able to find it through VHS, you'd probably be paying a good chunk of money. And it's one of those films, similar to the Mark Twain, The Adventures of Mark Twain and whatnot, that has some interesting imagery. Of course, of the Wicked Witch who would replace her head with other... Oh, good, another set of keys. Hopefully this one's it. I don't know. And it was one of those that it has some interesting imagery, especially those forgot those motorbike transforming guys. I forgot what their name was. And it was supposedly the sequel to the original, like 1920s Wizard of Oz with Judy Garland. So this was a continuation. And again, some of the characters were designed interestingly. They look weird. And it's definitely one of those unique 1980s movies. And again, the fact that it was, by Disney makes it even interesting. It's interesting to know that Disney kind of hid it under the rug for a while, as long as they did, until I guess eventually they decided, hey, let's just release it on Disney Plus. Because again, trying to find that movie, in at least somewhat presentable, presentation, so it doesn't look like a bad VHS rip, was hard to find, and again, you would be paying a good chunk of money just finding a decent looking VHS copy, through eBay or whatnot. And then again, Disney is no stranger to it. I mean, freaking one of the most interesting movies was Old Yeller, about a lovable dog who eventually didn't see the bullet with his name on it. You never see the one with your name on it. Okay, one of these has to be it. Okay. Can I move this? Can I? Guess not. Yeah, again, Bambi had an interesting, scenario. Can I let you out? Can I let the inmate out? No, it's locked. Okay, then what was the point of offering me that? Okay. Although, like I said before, there are still somewhat adult, centered animated features. I cannot, Persepolis? I forget what it is. That Italian movie from I think early 2000s. That's a great movie. I haven't read the comic book it's based on yet, but the movie is great. And I guess Nightmare Before Christmas too. Oh, well, hold on. Let me see if any of these are the actual
This is the right one.
Can we do this? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
You found a Siberian chipmunk this time, have you?
Oh.
Sorry, wrong key.
A
Dang it.
Siberian chipmunk?
It's not
This
even a
species lives in
goddamn
northern
squirrel.
Japan on the island of Hokkaido. They're actually quite a popular pet.
So it isn't even a squirrel.
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Alright, try again with this other one. Please let it be the one the one I'm getting.
You found the
God
key.
damn it.
That's the right one?
His mouth is gasped. Yes! Success!
Yes,
Success!
a southern
Freaking
flying
finally!
squirrel. Thank you so much.
Jeez.
I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Okay, I'll be waiting
Thank
for you.
God.
Well, Zach, we just got here and we've cracked a big case already.
Oh, never mind. I thought I was gonna go into another tangent about Nightmare
The
Before
victim's name
Christmas.
was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated from high school this year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But for the time being, she was working in the A&G diner here in town. She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died in an accident in a lumber mill when she was a child.
He was shoved into the wood chipper.
Her mother is unemployed and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident.
Okay.
After all, it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
A normal life is exactly what a curious teenager doesn't want. It's all starting to make sense, Zach.
Does anyone know that he's talking to himself, or is this like a weird, like a Shakespearean soliloquy?
City folk, huh? No, I take that back. All of them can't be as bad as him, and some should have better manners.
Huh. This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious. Where in town can I get
It's so delicious, I didn't even have to bite into it.
I baked them myself.
That's amazing. What are you doing in law enforcement? I'm very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know. The
You should be on
balance of butter to the
diners and dives
Oh, man.
Agent Morgan.
with Guy
the
Fieri.
autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us down.
I'm just staring into this biscuit. I don't give a shit. Okay, that was pretty good. I didn't kill anyone, so I should be okay. Do I get points and money deducted if I save? I don't understand. Okay, I made that in a total of a day. Coffee, black. Okay, so I guess it's loading in another part. It's funny that Disney now has embraced A Nightmare Before Christmas, because when it was
The
first
Greenvale
aired,
General
again, it was
Hospital is down the road by the lake. It's too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car, George, I prefer to be the driver. Can you provide a car for me?
What are you talking about? You don't even know how to get there.
Which is another good reason for me to drive, George. I need to learn my way around town.
Oh, man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Just one thing, Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
George, we'd better get moving. The hospital closes at 2100.
Okay, let's get into this janky car and see where it goes. Hopefully I'll do better with a crew than I'm doing with myself.
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly. drive within the speed limit. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
George, what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Agent York isn't accustomed to the town yet. Give him a little slack. Well then, Agent York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
Okay. Hopefully this will do it. Okay, I'm doing okay for now. Oh, you know what? Again, let's continue on with that.
Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone?
Say I've never felt lonely.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are bleeding strangers. I don't get on very well with women. You might be surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat women carefully, like a thin crystal wine glass. If you don't, they can cut scars on your face, just like yours, right?
George, is this an interrogation? I see you're a seasoned professional. But let's not talk about my scar. It was caused by a problematic woman.
Well, she got you good. Terribly good.
It'll fade away, and nobody will notice it in a week.
A week?
Now we're just driving
It's
around.
not that light of a wound.
Lord knows I don't even know my way around this map.
So, Emily,
Alright, let's
tell me,
do the cut.
is
Let's
there
find a
really
shortcut.
a full-time sheriff in a
Um,
small town like this?
I'm sure
What
it
the-
is small.
I might as well talk about this over right now.
People
But
leave from all kinds
it's
of
funny
places,
how,
fights,
like, Nightmare
runaways,
Before Christmas is
pets.
so heavily... Okay, I went off the beaten path, but whatever. I'm making more way than I am right now.
First and foremost,
But
that's what I consider
it's
to be
funny
my
to
duty
know
as the
that
sheriff of Greenvale.
Disney embraces the Nightmare Before Christmas, because when it aired, when it first showed theaters, it was kind of considered a flop. And it wasn't until, you know, they noticed, like, oh, we can just make, you know, book bags and products for the goth kids that we can make our money back. So it has been profitable, but there are movies that Disney likes to, you know, brush under the rug, I guess you would say. Is this the right path? I don't. I'm trying to follow the map because I'm confused myself. And it again, one of the most interesting films was what is it? It's funny that no, it ain't. No, Watership Down isn't Disney. The Song of the South. Now, apparently, this movie is considered to be one of the most racist attempts of a Disney animated feature because it's, you know, based after the Civil War and about a family and people from the South and the weird thing is it's one of the it's the song that introduces I don't know how to drive. They introduced the song Zippity Doodah Zippity Day, but they never told you where that song originated from, and it originated from that feature film, The Song of the South. Now, I know why people might be upset from it, but when you get to watch it, you can clearly see that they were trying something. I think there are various reviews right now about it. You know, I think you can actually watch it in its entirety on YouTube just by looking it up. It's a pretty decent like VHS conversion, so it's actually not that bad.
He's right, Agent.
But
you still don't know your
it's
way around.
weird to know that, you know, maybe to sensitive times, I'm lost, ain't I? Oh wait, hold on. From the looks of the map, I'm doing okay. It's definitely interesting to know that a movie like that is still brushed under the rug, especially now when it's more, I guess, sensitive times where people would point that out more. But watching it, it's like, it's not. I can see that they were going with good intentions, I guess, from what it is. But like, it's definitely worth a watch, you know, and just to see, you know, what your conclusion to it is. What are your thoughts about it? But I guess that's all I will say about it. Like, I watched it and was like, okay, it's not that bad. You know, they were trying to tell a story. Maybe it was with the best intentions, but you know, again, it didn't. Maybe in execution, it didn't do that well. Okay, I'm here after. Goddamn, these driving sessions are weird. That map does not help.
Hospital. Guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide food poisoning.
No. It's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days. Hard to imagine now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone got food poisoning from eating that weird turkey sandwich.
Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. So now there's hardly anyone left to eat this place.
It pains me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sorry to
Righto.
say that it is.
Look at that PlayStation hand
That's why
gesture.
this case is our problem. There really isn't any need for you to get too involved.
This is where we're going. Smallmouth bass. Okay, not bad. Alright, let's see.
Hello, Sheriff.
Holy crap, it's Pepper Ann.
We're here to see Usher.
Pepper Ann.
There he is.
No, none of you know Pepper Ann. She's too cool for 7th grade. She's 1 in a million.
In a hospital?
Nice to meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis
Badge man.
Morgan. But how did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne.
Musk.
Besides, that scar
He
on
wears
your face
Mountain
is the
Dew.
biggest rumor in town.
Rumors get exaggerated. at
Shower
this rate,
gel.
Even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful, traditional place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime. The murder of a local girl. And that incident causes grief
Gee,
and sadness to everyone.
Almost sounds like you're reading Twin Peaks.
Vicious, heinous, evil still lurking, alive. Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenvale.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced with here is a terrible
Books.
crime committed
You know,
in
like Animorphs. Or
much different from that of a
Goosebumps.
novel.
Or anything off
No
the
need to
Scholastic
apologize.
Book Fair.
Thank you, Agent York.
Or highlights for kids. I'm reading this book. It's called Animorphs. It's about these kids who turn into animals. And there was even one special episode. Well, actually, yeah, they did make an Animorphs television show. They even made, I believe, an Animorphs video game for the PlayStation 1. Yep, that's America. America. Animorphs. Yeah, I believe there was even one volume, one issue that had, I think one of the characters turned into an eagle and he couldn't, because I think, what's the point of Animorphs? I don't know. All I know is about kids who turn into creatures, but they can't do it for a long time because then they'll become that creature. And I believe one of the volumes was that one of the kids turned into an eagle or some kind of creature and I could never change back because he stayed in that form too long. I don't know. Can I go into the ladies' room? No, I can't. Can I go? No, okay. I wanted to check the bathrooms to see if the ladies' bathrooms are magical. Oh, here's another tangent of mine. I actually went in my I guess you would call it middle school days. Actually just by myself. It was during the times when we had after school. Now I don't know how. Oh crap.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
You want to play games?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop.
This is important,
Knight
isn't it?
takes a
Okay,
pawn
pay
along
attention.
for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
Okay. Now I know how to play. Well, it's been a while since I actually played chess. I used to play it. Never won. Let's see. What is what? See, I always get confused which is what. I know what the pawn is, but I'm trying to find out what is what. Of course, the knight would, and then the king. I know I have this. Just let it go naturally and fudge. Okay, I'll try again.
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
I know this for sure. Okay, why? Okay, I thought I can read the poster. Can I examine it? No? Let's see. Look into the wall and remember. Let me see here. Observe. Okay. King passes rook and meets bishop. Knight meets pawn to the queen. I think I got it. I almost got it. I thought by examining that poster, but I guess I can't examine. I forget. Whatever. Okay. Let's bishop. Yes! Bobby Fischer in the house. Cool, I did it. After one try.
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
Another code? But there's nowhere to insert a password.
More games. I'm going to get Fiona to call Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it. Simple.
I got the key card.
Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Nah.
Okay.